Let us now welcome Meta Communications Manager, Eastern Africa, Janet Kemboi.
Happy to be here.
We have to make it official for you. Hi, Janet.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fantastic. We are great. Thank you for making time to just be here with us this evening.
Yes.
And, I love the fact that this sounds like something really fun and really cool and really easy to do when we're talking about real adventures.
Yes.
But maybe I'm speaking from a point of I am one heavy user of Reels on Instagram. I know that those who also use it on Facebook.
Yes.
So for me, it comes naturally. Like today, I've already posted like 2 different Reels and everything. But the adventures part is what I'm really interested in. So maybe, and you are the best person, Janet, to just shed light on what exactly is real adventures. Tuanzie hapo.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So actually, as you said, when we're talking about Reels, of course, most people know what Reels are. I'm hoping, but I'll just define. But essentially, it's a form of a short form content that we've created on Instagram, and right now we have it on Facebook, where people can essentially go in and just do like a short video. So it's normally with Reels, we don't encourage it to be more than like a minute.
It's like 30 to 60 seconds.
30 to 60 seconds. And it could be like, a cool video of you doing something fun. You can put in like music. You can put in filters. You can put in whatever you want to just kind of create something cool.
Right? A movie creator.
Exactly. And it's right at your phone. You just have your phone. You can create something really cool and fun and engaging. So essentially, Real Adventures, we decided to now create a campaign that will focus on giving people the opportunity to actually showcase adventures that they're doing, but through Reels. Yes. And so what we've decided to do with this campaign, we wanted to raise awareness and have people know that, through Meta, with parent company, of course, they can go onto Facebook and Instagram and they can use Reels to showcase their adventures. And the reason why we decided to do this was because we realized, especially during this time of the pandemic, a lot of people just found things to do.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
busy to.
It's sad that in Kenya even walking was a thing that we started doing.
I know, right? Anything to get out of the house.
Exactly, anything to get out of the house. So what we did with Real Adventures is that we partnered with 3 adventure-focused, I would say adventure and travel-focused groups. So we discovered, kwa mtandao, there were some groups that came up, mostly around 2020, and then they grew and they became really big.
Wow.
And, they are mostly showcasing like what they're doing out of town, giving people an opportunity to just do fun activities.
Right.
That you could even do over the weekend. Like you don't have to do like a whole tour. Like you
don't have to really sit down and plan too much about it.
So we decided to showcase these groups. So we have 3 groups that we're showcasing through this campaign. And through Reels. And actually we found out that they were using Reels to also showcase their activities and everything. So we decided to raise awareness about Reels and how you can use Reels through Reels Adventures.
And I love the fact that it even promotes tourism in our country, because it showcases all these amazing spots that maybe you don't even have to go so far to experience and to be part of all that, outdoorsy activity and wildlife or just scenery. So we were even able to have those 3 groups up on the show. I think this was last week, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
And wow, I was just like, I need to start thinking about hiking now, driving out of the city and doing stuff, fun stuff.
Hiking,
man, it's a thing.
Going to just walking with no aim,
being one with nature.
There's no end game. Being one, that's the funniest thing.
Destination.
There's no destination. You're just walking.
Yeah, but it's really cool. Like honestly, I won't lie to you guys. In 2020, I really did a lot of hiking. In fact, actually, I did do a couple of trips with Let's Drift.
One of the groups
that we featured, and it's just amazing. Like there are places I went to, and I'm like, I didn't even know this is so near, and it was like a subtle plot. You just go and you go see some nice falls.
Yeah.
In fact, meet new people. It's a really good way to also meet new people.
But we did the same thing during the pandemic, but ours the end end goal was different because there was no gathering in town. So we would go to Ngong Hills and chill with your cars. Upper Paradise Lost and go and chill with your cars just to enjoy yourselves.
Let me ask you right now, you who's listening to us and you've ever hiked, tell us about that adventure, right? On our WhatsApp line 0710-674-674. Hiking yako ilikuwa na kina nani, mabeshte, familia, and mlikuwa mna hike side gani, and did you enjoy it? Was it tiring? What adventures did you get into? Even better still, if you have that reel that maybe while on the hike ulikuwa unachukua video pale, snippets and this and that and the other, put it together right now. Go to Instagram, go to Facebook, upload it between 30 to 60 seconds and tag us at Energy Radio Kenya, and put that hashtag Real Adventures, real spelled as REEL, okay, Real Adventures, and hey, show us how it all went. All right, we'd love to see that experience and be part of it, even as we watch what you were doing maybe with your friends. Those people who go on solo hikes. Now that one I cannot do. I'm not brave enough. I've watched too many horror movies, people. I can't do it. You're listening to Energy Radio, the beat of the moment, the number one name in music. 97.1 FM here in Nairobi. And a big shout out to you who's tuned in right now. Asante for staying here with us. And I know you're very interested to find out more about Reels. And the best person to even be here and tell us all about it is Meta Communications Manager Eastern Africa, Kemboi, held by Janet Kemboi, who's with us in studio. And she has been telling us about this campaign, Real Adventures. Now we get what it's all about. But I'm more now interested to find out, why is Meta focusing on Reels with this particular campaign, Janet? What's so special about Reels? And aren't Reels just kind of sort of like stories? What's the difference there? So let's start with part one of the question. Why are we focusing on Reels this time around?
Yes. Yeah. So actually, the reason we decided to focus on Reels is, aside from them being fun and engaging, because they're very easy to create, to be honest. All you literally need to do is, when you're on Instagram, on Facebook, there's always that option of adding a post, and then you can decide it's a reel. You just start recording, and in 30 seconds you edit quickly. Fun, engaging, creative way of creating content.
Right.
However, the reason why as a company we've decided to really push Reels is, to be honest, since we launched it, we noticed that a lot of people want short form content.
Yes.
Nobody these days has time to be watching something for 5 minutes. So that's the reason why we were like, we're just gonna really push this. And actually, I don't know if anybody knows this, but I'm sure you do if you're like a real fan. We actually introduced Reels on Facebook earlier this year, and it's doing amazing. And that's the reason why this campaign actually is just Real Adventures, and it's both on Instagram and Facebook. So we're encouraging people to essentially create content on Reels and post it on both. And the good thing is now we can cross-post. So you can post something on Instagram.
And immediately, I love that, Facebook. By the way. I absolutely love that. So now we know, why we're focusing on Reels. They're fun, easy to make, very quick and all that. So what is then the difference between Reels and Stories? Why would I opt for Reels and not Stories? Is it probably on Instagram or on Facebook? So why, Janet?
So people have different reasons, right? So sometimes you'll find that people want to put stuff on stories. So stories usually is a form or a way in which you can alert your audiences with short form content about what you're doing, like snippets of what you're doing, and to sort of raise awareness on maybe your day. It's just essentially
15 seconds.
Yes, it's 15 seconds. And then the thing about stories, and this is, some people do this because they probably just don't want a record because it gets lost after 24 hours.
Like this was, I did something naughty,
right?
Gone.
But then Reels, you can actually, it appears on your timeline, so it will stay in your profile, right?
Yes.
So that's essentially the main difference between Stories and Reels. But most people, and actually many content creators, use both forms of content.
Absolutely, and it's good you brought that up because as a content creator myself, and especially when I'm working with a brand, I'd want that reel to be on my timeline for more engagement, for a longer time, and then, client is happy because like, hey, first of all, that engagement is crazy.
I know.
I love
on
it.
Reels.
What is that? Yeah, on Reels. Yeah, it's so different from the ordinary post,
Yes.
Like it's so big. Hey.
Oh, wow. What is this? Oh, wow.
Hiyo ni real. Hebu chukua hiyo video jamani, Janet angare na keki ambayo tumemwandalia with a nice hashtag real adventures. It's something we always love to do here. We love surprising our good people.
This is amazing.
This
is a surprise. Guys, oh my God, this cake is so beautiful.
Isn't it though?
And it has real adventures powered by Meta right on top of it.
Look at that. Looks
so yummy.
And trust me, I bet you it tastes just as.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Yeah. And yes, Janet, this is just a way of saying we love what you're doing, what Meta Africa is doing. We love reels. We love real adventures as well. And yeah, it's exciting. It's a very exciting campaign. And later on, we'll be cutting the cake. But bringing it back to business. I got a job to do here. Thank you guys. Love you all. And we were still on this whole the fact that the engagement is just super duper awesome on Reels. What is it with that compared to even an ordinary post? What's the secret? Because I bet you many, like, say, business people who want to promote, market their stuff would rather use Reels, eh?
Yeah.
So what's the thinking behind it?
Yeah, so I think, as I said earlier, we noticed that short form content is what people actually want. And the way our algorithm works is that it does favor content that people are mostly engaging with.
Right.
So you'll find that a lot of people, they don't have time. They just want to see something as quickly and then they move to the next thing.
Correct.
And so you'll find that Reels will be bumped up because people are watching it
haraka
quickly
on the go.
And on the go and everything. But it's really, for me right now, no one's doing anything long. So if you want to get something out there, just create something short.
Maximum 1 minute.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Your thoughts now when it comes to social media and tourism. Because again, we mentioned it before that Reels, one thing, Real Adventures is that it's getting us to go more outdoorsy, you know, discover and be one with nature and everything. So sort of kind of promoting tourism maybe?
Yes. So I think I'll answer your question by first asking a question.
Ask away.
As I will answer.
Yes.
Do you guys remember when you'd have to go to a travel agent to book or to look for a destination?
Yes.
You'd be given a pamphlet
Oh yes.
that had photos of where you'd possibly go.
Yeah.
And you just trust that.
Yeah.
Okay,
watu wanapiga chukua tu mwambie niko
Sorry.
mwambie niko energy transit.
Yeah, so essentially you would have to trust this agent, whoever it is. You wouldn't know where you're going. In fact, some travel agencies even had an album that showed you where you'd go and, you know, hopefully you'd get it.
Yeah.
Now, we're now in 2022. There's a new form of tourism that has emerged with social media. We've actually found that 48% of Instagram users depend on videos and photos they saw on Instagram to actually make a decision about a place that they're going to go see.
True.
Yes.
Ndo maana sisi content creators come in handy for this.
And another 35% decide where they're going to go based on what they saw on Instagram. So they make a travel decision and decide, I'm going to India or I'm going here.
I mean, in the Maldives, Instagram.
Yeah,
exactly. So people are starting to share because a lot of people, content creators, I mean, who would have known, I don't know, 10, 20 years ago that you just decide because you love hiking or you love traveling that you're going to create a page and all you do is just post your nice photos of you going, you know, to different places. Like even with this campaign, we've partnered with some travel bloggers, like Adventure Sing, you know, and so like, and Winnie Rioba, and all they do, their life is to travel and to showcase the world how they're traveling. So we're seeing that social media is actually being used to inform people to make decisions of where they're going. It's even I mean, look at even like our tourism, you know, like our Kenya KTB, like our tourism, whatever. Like they have to be on social media.
They must
to create awareness about, you know, about what they're doing. So and hashtags like Magical Kenya, you know, Tembea Kenya.
The world now knows about Magical Kenya and all that.
Now the world knows about it. So for me, I would say social media is really playing an integral role.
Yeah.
And what I really like is that it's making people discover places that they would ideally probably never know about. Hidden gems.
And creating employment while at it. Let me tell you, Janet, I bet you many of our parents don't understand when we say at it.
Exactly.
You're being paid to travel, to show people where you have traveled, to take pictures and videos and put them online. How?
And lastly, what we even saw in 2020 when the pandemic happened is that the tourism industry was really affected.
Yes.
And even the Ministry of Tourism started focusing more on domestic tourism to try and help because nobody was traveling. And in fact, then we even partnered with them and we offered digital training skills to SMEs and to the tourism industry because most of them were like, we don't know how to do this. How do we market ourselves online?
Yes.
So we did a training. We trained hundreds of them to boost domestic tourism during that time. So my answer is social media is a part of our travel experiences.
That is very true.
And that's how it is. And what I love about it is it's making us know places that we would have never known about.
Fantastic.
And in some ways, actually be there without being there.
Yeah.
By just experiencing, like the content, right?
Kabisa. Yo, man, what an amazing time we've had. And I'm sure I've already learned so much about Reels. And you probably have done the same thing. If you have, you say traveling, business or company, agency. I'm only content creator. Now you know where you need to put your content so you can get crazy engagement. See how you can showcase your, places and everywhere that you're up, everywhere that you're traveling and what you're up to. Use that hashtag Real Adventures, okay? And make sure you also tag at Energy Radio Kenya because we are trying to see just who is going to wow us with their content, and there could be a little something for you, okay? So do that and get to love and enjoy your experience with Real Adventures, all thanks to Meta Africa.